consciousness in the body to be one that is all-pervasive consciousness. He talks about the nature of being all-pervasive means, you can talk about the all-pervasive. How? What else can you say? Is that which doesn't move. It's motionless, like this space. Does space move? Space, does it move? My hand can move in space, but can space move? How can space move? To move, you should exist in one point in space and not exist at another point in space. And that distance, it will move from here to there. But can space itself move? It cannot, because it's everywhere. That which is everywhere has no possibility of mobility. The essential nature of I is motionless, cannot move, all pervasive like the space. Ammaji, how? But I move all the time, from room to room I'm moving. Movement is incidental to your experience. Metaphysically, essentially, there is no movement. Essentially, intrinsically, the soul has no movement. Experientially, there is movement. You look at your life experience, your whole life is like that. You know what? Vedanta is a great revealer of something we experience all the time. We're always experiencing things that don't exist. But because we don't think further, we think it's real. You tell me, does time exist? Essentially. Let's be careful. We make a separation between essentially and incidentally. Incidentally, of course, time exists. We are watching time all the time. But essentially, no. Why not? Because time is measured by the movement of sun across the sky. Is it not true? What kind of a sun? A sun that never moves. Essentially. Essentially, the sun which never moves, sun which is fixed, sun that doesn't rise, sun cannot set, the sun cannot travel, and you take that kind of a essential nature of the sun and mark its incidental nature of a travel, lock sunrise time and a sunset time and a travel time, and you call that your measure of your units of time. What is this? You tell me. What is it we human beings are doing to ourselves? We are making incidental experiences as real. And what is really there, what the essential truth is lost in the process. This capacity to make this separation between your experiential reality and the essential reality, essential, metaphysical, essential. Making that cognition, becoming aware of living a life aware fully that there are two realities in which we live. There is an essential reality of me, the soul, and there is an incidental reality of me that I experience. Living in this awareness to reach this destination where this becomes my living grounded truth is called Shreyo Marga, is called Shreyas, is called the spiritual journey of the soul, is called your life lived in a journey towards self-awakening, where I become more and more awareful of my essential nature and identify less and less with my incidental experiences in the world. And so, closing this section, the chapter 1, the third section of chapter 1, we have a beautiful imagery of a chariot. And Lord Yama describes this chariot which is on a journey. It has 5 horses, right? And it is held, all 5 are held by reins, and there is a charioteer who regulates the horses. If there are horses and there is a chariot, there definitely must be a master. Driver simply driving a chariot is meaningless. There is a master who does nothing. What does he do? I said he does nothing. He does nothing. In Indian English, we have a very nice expression. My teacher used to use this, my guru, simply sitting. What is the master doing? He is simply sitting. He is doing nothing. And what happens? The chariot moves. Orchestrated by the driver, charioteer. How long will this chariot move? Until the horses are being driven on the path up to the destination, correct? So the third section of chapter 1 goes eloquent about this chariot and its journey. The chariot analogy is the body. And the driver of this chariot is your intellect. The reins is the mind. The mind which is behind all the 5 sense organs. The eyes, the nose, the ears, the tongue, the sense of touch. These 5 senses is what makes us move in the world, isn't it? And so these 5 senses regulated by held by the reins, restrained by the reins, controlled with the help of the reins, called the mind. Mind is controlled by what? By the intellect, by your education, by your capacity to discriminate right, wrong, proper, improper, what's required, what's not required, disciplines, all of that. A mind which is alert, an intellect which is educated and alert to understanding, to knowing. And this intellect holding the mind in place and its sense organs, even when the horses move on the path has all the sense objects. The horses can get distracted, it can branch off, but the charioteer says, come back. Doesn't allow it to go here and there. We have only one destination. The charioteer is educated. The mind, the intellect is empowered. Empowered to do what is appropriate. No distractions. If it's confused, it will stop and ask and get back. Not that it keeps on going wherever it feels like. It doesn't work like that. And it's all the work of the intellect. Hey, what about the master? Should he not be helping the driver? He's a master, remember? He's going to simply sit. He's the king of the chariot. He's not going to keep telling, hey, now turn right, turn left. No. Simply witnesses the journey. And the third section closes with this analogy saying, when the intellect is educated, has understood what is the destination, what is the path to this destination, and has empowered through disciplines and really, really wants to get there, that chariot will reach its culmination.